Hello everyone, my name is Claudia Ristic. Well, you can pronounce Ristic, I think it's easier. And I'm actually coming from Barcelona, where our company is based, but we are the Hotels Network. I don't know if any of you heard about us before by any chance. Maybe some, maybe not. But I'll try to explain what exactly we're doing. And as you can see already, I'm gonna talk about personalization. And I would like you to remember this word actually, because this is the main core thing I'm gonna explain today. And this is our main core product. So basically it's personalization. And of course, how you can build a strong direct channel, how you can increase conversion of your website with personalization. So just a quick intro, what is the Hotels Network? So as mentioned already, the company was built in Spain 7 years ago, but now we work with over 100 countries. We have 16,000 clients and we're growing. We did all of that with our ecosystem of growth tools. So basically this is how we call it, and all these tools are basically supposed to create a relationship between your brand as a hotel and your guests, of course, on your website, so on your direct channel. And here a couple of brands. And maybe before I jump into like some examples and projects, I want to explain what is it about, what this is actually about. So we very often make association with Netflix. Of course, this is not going to be about Netflix, but it's a good example. So I'm quite sure all of you owns Netflix account. Is there anyone who knows? Here we have one who is not having it. Anyone else? One more person. Okay, so we have two people. So, well, I think maybe you had it in the past, or maybe you know how it works. But the general idea of Netflix is that whenever you enter, you always have suggestions what you could watch next, right? And these suggestions always change based on what you watched yesterday or before. So it's always actively changing and dropping suggestions for you. This is how the platform works. And actually it's very interesting, the tech behind it, because they don't do it based only on your previous interactions. They also do it based on your gender, on your geolocation. So there is a whole targeting behind what you're actually seeing as a suggestions on the main homepage. So this is the strategy that we're using as well. It's called behavioral targeting. And this is what we want to implement on your website to reach the right client with the very relevant offer they might look for. And I'll show you more in the examples. So quick, brief explanation, what are our products? Basically, we have two core products. The first one is benchmarking. So we created a platform when you can compare your performance against other competitors in Tallinn or any other cities you would like. And the platform, I think, is very useful for many reasons, because it's just showing you what is your market position. And then this is where we learn about your website. So we learn how many visits you have to the website, how many of those visits actually convert to the booking, where is the point on your website where people leave, what is the problem on your website, why people don't book, why maybe you have 100 visits and only 2 of those end up booking. So this is our platform where we quite study your website and try to understand what's going wrong in there. And then after that, we enter with the second product that is called personalization. And here we actually act on the problems. So we put the exact message in the exact funnel stage where it would keep the user and it would convert him, instead of making him abandon your website and leave for somewhere else. So this is exactly, first it's learning, and then it's actually getting results and acting on the problems you might have. So here is like a quick insight of the benchmarking platform. I just wanted to show you pretty much how it looks like. So you can see here you have different comp sets that you can compare to. For example, if you have more hotel with your brand, you can compare which hotel is performing the best, and then proximity is the actual comp set where you compare against your competitors. Of course, this is like a demo version, but whenever you're interested, you can ping me and I'll show you the platform and exactly how it looks like. But this is the benchmarking and the learning. Today I want to focus more on acting and the personalization because I think it's generally a very interesting product for you to hear about it. So I'll ask 4 questions today that we usually ask for the hoteliers to understand how you're doing and how we can solve the problem with our personalization. So the first one would be, is your hotel website converting well? So generally, what are your feelings about your website? Do you think you could get more direct bookings, or you're quite performing well at the moment? In between? Could be always more?
Always more.
There you go, okay. All right, so we know that problem, and this is a standard funnel process. So basically, this is how usually conversion looks on the hotel's website. There is a traffic coming to your website, and then the first stage is conversion from the home page to the booking engine. So usually it's around 50% users that convert to the booking engine and actually make a search on your website, while from this 50%, usually just 2% make a booking. So as you can see, from 100% of the visitors, you got only 2% reservations. That's definitely not enough, and I don't know if anyone can disagree with that, or you say that this is pretty much the situation of your hotel at the moment as well. Is it? Okay. So our goal, of course, is to improve these results, okay? And we have different strategies how we do that. So the first one would be to improve the homepage to the booking engine conversion. So we always split it into 2 stages. The first one is there is a visitor on your website and you want them to make a search. You want them to go to the booking engine because this is the first step to get them interested. So here, for example, we used this message with the Elite Hotels of Sweden, and basically what was happening here, they had a really amazing offer. It was 40% off. It was just for the winter season. This offer already existed on the website for years, so it was every year this offer was there, but they didn't really have a lot of advertising about it, and so it was just there under the tab special offers. If somebody was lucky to check the tab, they could get the offer. So the question now is here, if you have this offer and you think you can get like more volume of bookings with that offer, why don't you display it in the right place and actually position it better? So what we did, we of course positioned it on the homepage, but we also added the little touch of the urgency, which is the countdown. So we selected, that was available from what I remember, we selected this message for 30 days. And the 30 days were of course going down, so the user had the sense of urgency. Okay, I have only that amount of days that I can book because otherwise it'll be gone. And it's 40%, so you don't want to lose that much of a discount, right? So we're doing this, as you can see, the result definitely improved in the uplift of the homepage, because how we measure that, usually we want them to click here, and this is how the conversion of this message is redirecting them to the booking engine where they can make a booking. We also do this now with Nordic Choice Hotels, because what we found out last week was that they have really a lot of searches made on their website for the summer season already. So people are really searching in advance, and why not to use this in your favor? So what we did, we created this message because there's a lot of searches but not enough bookings still coming through for the summer season. So people just research but they don't act on it. So we wanted to push that decision a little bit quicker, and we made that message, why don't you plan in advance and why don't you book right now with the 25% discount. And then of course there were some cancellation terms that once you click here, you could read that you can cancel the booking certain amount before. So everything was explained, but first you needed to be processed, you need to process to the offer page and then to the booking. So those are just different strategies to highlight something that probably already exists on your website, but maybe it's not enough visible for the user. And another one that I think will be very good one for the marketing, and that's actually something that Kim also mentioned earlier, said about the exchange, right? So very often we are asked for the email address, but what am I getting out of it? Nothing. So that's usually the case with the newsletter. There's a lot of newsletter signups on the page. I think this is probably not working very well. The marketing can confirm the newsletters are not working so well. So I know a lot of hotels is just quitting the idea about the newsletters. So here's the deal. Why don't you just offer something in exchange? Like here, what we did was you get the 40% off, but you need to leave your email address, so we send it to you. Of course, there is always terms and conditions, so they agree for any GDPR related matters, because that's of course the law. But the thing here is that they had to do something for receiving the special discount. So we very often say to the hoteliers that if you go to the website and you're gonna see here there is a 40% promo code and you just put the text body of the promo codes, use it. Does that really give us the sense of something unique? No, because everyone goes to the website and they see the promo code. So the main idea here is creating something more customized and special behind the giving, for example, promo codes. So let the user do something in exchange so they get the promo code. Or maybe don't display on the main page, here is the promo code, use it. Maybe just show it to the certain audience group that will be potentially interested in it. Try to make it a little bit more difficult to reach, so then it has more value in it. And that's another way of how we're trying to grab attention with, sometimes we just put some like very attentive pictures, like I don't know, some puppies or anything like that. This is actually called exit intent message. So what happens here, whenever I'm on your page and I plan to leave, so for example, I go with my mouse to the upwards of the page. So that means probably I'm gonna leave your website because I'm navigating towards the exit, or I'm changing a tab on the page. So this is how we can sense it with your move on the page. And we then display this message that is supposed to keep me before I leave and abandon your website. So this is an exit intent. It's shown only for those that have intention to leave your website. And here we try to include some information saying like, stop for a moment, don't leave, because you will not find better offer than ours anywhere else. So why you want to leave the website? So we try to just highlight what is so special about your offer that I should stay there. And all of those messages that you just saw, they can be targeted by different criteria. So what does it mean? We know pop-ups have a little bit aggressive sometimes perception. We don't like pop-ups, sometimes we really treat these things like it's a negative user experience. So that's why we created that. So basically, we can show the message based on, for example, geolocation. That's an interesting one. So if someone visits your page from Germany, we can show them a message in German straight away and saying, hello German visitors, would you like to have a welcome drink when visiting our hotel? Click here to make a booking. Then another visitors, maybe from Finland, they would be interested more in spa in your hotel. So then you can create a message telling about spa. So the whole idea here is that we can show different message based on the different targeted audience. And it's geolocation, sometimes also the searches made in the booking. So of course you don't want to show romantic getaway offer to the search that is made with a child, right? That's probably more family stay, so you would show them the family offer. So we try to also distinguish different messages based on the search results in the booking engine. Okay, question number 2. Is a longer stay a better choice on your website? We just did in the summer, that was also displaying on our website only for 30 days. And basically whenever you book an extra night, the discount would be applied. This message really helped in increasing, first of all, the searches for longer amount of nights, And then also there was 46.6% uplift in the booked stays with length of stay. So that definitely improved the number of nights that people were searching on the website, of course by teasing them by the discount. But there's one particular one that I think works very well with the weekends. So what happens very often, I know a lot of hotels, especially in the city, they might have Sundays empty and there's basically nobody staying for the Sunday night. So this hotel was in Stockholm, it's a Novo hotel. They actually used that campaign wherever somebody was making search for a weekend in their booking engine. Then we would display this message saying, okay, you're already planning to stay here for the weekend, why don't you stay an extra night? You can get 25% off or 10% off. And then of course, like the whole idea here was that there are some people that would make this search already for the weekend, so we wouldn't show the message to anyone else. It was just shown to the particular audience that was already planning a stay for a weekend. So of course this can also work for weekdays. You can always select who do you really want to target with that, and sometimes adding a small discount can really change the decision process. If somebody was anyway planning to stay for 1 or 2 nights, maybe they can spare the extra night. In fact, it doesn't cost you anything to just try this campaign and see the reaction on your website. Question number 3, is your website mobile friendly? Well, I'm quite sure most of your websites are already optimized for the mobile, is that correct? Yeah, that's like a must-have nowadays, of course, like we cannot imagine otherwise. However, we do know that, for example, Booking is making special discounts or special offers for the mobile users, right? Exactly. So this is something we also want to bring just on your website. And we do have also special campaigns that we use and target only with the mobile visitors. So first step would be try to create a little bit more personalized touch or greeting for the mobile users. And we created this, the whole idea behind that was that when we track the statistics about the bookings on mobile versus the desktop, we do see with every hotel that there is always the same pattern. So there is always more visits on your website from mobile. It's usually around 60%, but the majority of bookings is still coming from desktop. I don't know if you see the same pattern in your hotel. I don't know if you have these statistics, but people search on mobile, but they don't book on mobile. They very often just quit on it and maybe they go back to the computer and book there, or maybe they never go back to your website, maybe they just go to Booking or somewhere. So what we try to do here, we try to squeeze these users that you have on your mobile, and pretty much sometimes it's just a welcome mobile user. Okay, it's your lucky day today. So again, a little bit sense of urgency. It's your lucky day because we have a special offer for the mobile users. And then of course, the whole idea is again to convert them. And in the booking engine, very often we just show the special offer that they would have available only today or maybe with a certain limited time. This is very similar thing that Booking is doing, and I think a lot of you maybe have the mobile offer with Booking. Is anyone having it or not? Okay, I see some no, some yes. So yeah, the 50-50. So exactly, you can apply something like that in your booking engine as well to create a very much the same strategy. And the last question is about, are you offering the best available rate? And I'm pretty sure the answer would be yes. I think majority, especially of the revenue managers, they really track and always try to offer the best rate on your direct website, right? There you go. Okay, I guess this is the strategy how to make people book on your website. So here we created 2 tools that can help you a little bit more with that. The first one is more analytical and it's called Disparities Dashboard. So what we do here, we first try to understand if you have any disparities. And this dashboard is pulling all the searches that user made through any OTA. So you can see, for example, somebody made a search on Booking yesterday for check-in, check-out days for 2 adults from Denmark, and that was the OTA price, and that was your price. So we compare every search. It doesn't have to be a booking. It could be just a search made on the Booking about your hotel, and we just track here what was your exact price in that very moment. Was it better or worse? So it's very interesting. A lot of hoteliers find this tool like one of the most interesting, because here some disparities can be really found that you wouldn't even realize you might have. So we also always include screenshots of the disparities, so you have like a whole evidence behind when you were undercut by some of the OTAs. And then we have another tool that's visible for the user, and maybe I'll use this example better. So it's called price comparison, and this is more for the revenue teams, I believe. Basically, when I'm on your page, and for some reason I see that your price maybe so basically maybe here in this case you can see the original price was 223 euros, while Agoda had a better price, it was 214 euros. So what we did in here, we instantly discounted your price to reach the best offering that is available at the moment on other websites. This tool is in real time, so we always pull the prices from other websites, and you can, of course, you still have control over that. It's not something that we would always discount. So basically we first ask you if you are able to go down with the price, if somebody's undercutting you, and what is the maximum discount you can give. So maybe it's just 5%, maybe it's just 10%, and you're able to lower your price if something like that happens. But then maybe you don't have disparities, because this can also happen if you really have a very great revenue management. So then what happens, we just show the prices of the other websites that they are higher than your rate. So in that scenario, your price looks like it's the best. Why should I leave your page right now, go to Booking and book there if I can see here already that your price is the lowest? Have you seen a tool like that before on any website of the hotel? Yes? No? Okay. Do you have any concerns or hesitations around it? Because I see your faces are in between.
One is because sometimes with Agoda, on the first page you see the price 214, but when you go and start booking and almost in the end they add something.
Yeah.
And this means I gave away some euros just.
It's a fair point. Yeah, exactly. Actually, we do have a little bit of complaints about Agoda from our clients. So what we do in this case is very often we eliminate Agoda from that comparison, and just Agoda is just maybe not there because maybe you don't trust the price they really display on the public view, because it's never like that at the end of the checkout. So we can eliminate some of the OTAs. That would be possible as well. But in many case scenarios, I think what happens if I think the discount is something that we usually create the promo codes with your booking engine, so the discount would never go above something that we agreed before. So if it's really like 20% disparity and you didn't agree to discount the price so low, we would never go that far. So we first agree with you on the terms of the discounting and how far you're able to discount it. We created this tool because we had a lot of feedback from the clients that, for example, you receive a lot of phone calls or emails from the clients saying, I found a better price somewhere else, would you give me a better rate? So I'm pretty sure this is still happening. Some of your probably receptionists, they receive this kind of inquiries. So then this is pretty much making the process quicker, because if they're already on your website, they don't have to then contact you because they can get the better price straight away. So it's just saving time of the user, but also the hoteliers.
Claudia, can I ask a quick question, just out of curiosity? So if you are in parity, did you say that it inflates the price of the OTAs, or how does that work? or does it match it?
It's,
So if you are in
it's trying to
parity-
be always a little bit less. So
Okay.
like a couple of euros below. So then basically we can also agree on that. But in this case, for example, we saw that because usually it has to be rounded. So it's 5% or 10%. So obviously you would, if there is a 214, so we would probably match here 5% discount. So we
Okay.
don't have that much. We don't have that much visibility on discounts. You cannot create 4% discount, right?
So if you're in full parity, it would
Yeah.
discount rather
Yeah.
than inflate.
So it's usually within the range. So is
Yeah.
it within 5% or within 10? Then you apply the right promo
Makes sense.
code. Yeah.
I also have a question. Does it look at per room type?
Yeah, it is indeed. Yeah. So we can do that. In this case we did just for the non-refundable room rate because that was the lowest. So they just wanted to compare the lowest available rate they had on the website. But we can also do that with each particular room if you wish so. But I think it's just more work because then we have to create different promo codes. Depends on the booking engine, then might be a lot of different promo codes. So that's why a lot of hoteliers just decide for one room type. Okay, so all of these tools are supposed to make you end up with this result. So basically instead of 50%, we want to convert 60% of users to your booking engine. And then out of the 60%, we want at least 5% to make the actual booking. So this is our goal. This is how we try to improve the direct booking process on your website. Yeah, and the total tips at the very end, I would say to use benchmarking. If you don't use any benchmarking platform, drop me an email because we can sign you up for our BenchDirect platform. Straight away, it's very simple to start using it. There is no really a lot of technicality behind, so I think it's very easy to access. And then segment users to provide more customized offer. That would mean don't show the same message to everyone on your website because that can really be annoying and sometimes really not informative at all. Display very relevant message at key stages, so different on the homepage, different in the booking engine. Don't repeat the same messages, and don't forget about other conversion possibilities, like for example capturing emails for your database or showing the prices to prove that you do have the best guaranteed price, because that's also something that sometimes is lacking. A lot of hoteliers show I have the best price, but how do you prove it on your website? There is no better way than actually compare to the real prices that are somewhere else in this very moment. Okay, so that's all from my part today. Thank you very much.